You ready, Nick? Let's get him. Play my song. Play my song.
So I always like the way Big Rube from the Dungeon Family, like what he used to add to, you know, the Outkast albums and, you know, Goody Mob and, you know what I mean, all those legendary albums and all that. Like his voice always just stood out to me. You know what I mean? Like I always wanted like one day to have him on the project. So, you know, when me and Gully was putting this together, you know what I mean? Like I had already had a rapport with Big Rube, and, you know, I introduced him and Gully to each other. You know, we all was connected like this. So I figured, you know, we reach out and have him be a part of the project. And lo and behold, we got him on the intro. You know what I mean? So as soon as you hear the album comes in with the one and only legendary Big Rube from the ATL Dungeon Family, you know what I mean? And, you know, we was fortunate enough and blessed to have the brother on the album.
Yeah, you already know what it is. That boy Big Rube, PA Dre, my man Gully, PILLMATC. We gotta get back.
You hear that voice, you know what it is, know what I mean?
And we can start back winning. Let's work towards the dream.
Yeah.
The people need to be willing to pick up the mantle, execute the dribble, and show the work.
So I ain't gonna play the whole thing, because obviously you either heard the album by now, or you should be going to go listen to the album after watching this. But, you know, shout out to everybody that participated on this project. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in with us in the whole nine. You know what I mean? Peace to Gully TV. And it's your boy PA Dre, and I'm signing out. This is giving y'all just a little behind the scenes on my half of what I do, as far as, you know, taking the vocals, and, you know, Gully would send me vocals from these artists and like, yo, Dre, put something together for me. You know, he'd send it to me. I whip the thing up and put it together, you know what I mean? So just giving y'all a little behind the scenes look at, you know what I mean, some of the shit that I do. Like I said, this is what I do. I'll come through, I arrange the things, put it all together and all like that. And after I'm done with it, I'll send it, you know, to my co-engineer, and I'll let him finish it off with the mixing and mastering and things like that. So again, thanks again for tuning in and showing y'all support. It's the one and only PA Dre. We got more music on the way, more media. Peace, stay positive.
Rap bastards, every hour born another bastard. Broken home to the masses, I reach the dome piece, refine every savage. Apply your laws, truth to today. You live in yesterday. Time's not linear, that's what soon as say. Scripture, God watered down over time when they gave you the Bible and you couldn't read it all. The Almighty taking you out like withdrawal, or to see your lost self in your heart if we raw. AP had to be born for you to crawl when I laid the foundation for y'all niggas to ball. The sunshine low and the law's the equivalent. Illegitimate, P crack your whole firmament. P above ground, he'll leave you in the dirt with it. Thick yellow chick when she came with.
So, because you just got to catch and elevate. You don't have time to make a play.
Reeves got to get it in three-point country. It's to Ryan on its way. He's got it. Matt Ryan sends it to overtime.
Rap bastards, every hour born another bastard. Broken home to the masses.
I met PA Dre originally as a rapper. PA Dre was in a rap group called the Wild Boys, him and another kid named Stephon Street.
Masquerade around my private property and follow me, monogamy. I'm in it for the fortune like Monopoly. Checks for my freedom and my DNA. Blown like TNT, she let me see a TNA.
Back then, I didn't get along with Stephon and shit, and I believe Dre was just coming home from jail. But for whatever reason, I believe me and Dre's initial common bond or introduction to each other, it wasn't music or anything like that. It was, I believe, like culture and history and Islam and shit like that. Just trading information on like Facebook and shit like that. And I'm like, oh shit, he thorough and shit. Like he's aware. He's black. He on some black shit. Dre from Memphis, Tennessee. And after that, you know, he was just a cool dude. So I'm the type of person who sometimes viewed as, you know, like unapproachable if you don't know me. It's because I got a thing where I only deal with people who I recognize as professionals. Once I recognized P.A. Dre as a professional, we was off and running. He did the score for my Haitian Jack Speaks project, and we just continued to work. And it was only the natural thing to do for me at this point to put out an album, because I already did a book, I did documentaries, I got the podcast, all sorts of media. It was just my turn. All of the MCs that appear on the album, I got a relationship with probably like 95% of them. We done worked together in the past. I'm good. Some of them, for the most part, have become good friends of mine. Sadat X, my man. Razcast, I met last year. Big Ooh, my man, always been there whenever I needed him. Hush Kingpin, Smooth, the boys from Long Island. Always down to spit, underrated. They were some dudes that I had been working with, and I knew their star potential. I had been hearing a lot about them rumbling in the underground, and I hopped right on them. The opioid era, I used to live in Norfolk, Virginia, so I'm familiar with Virginia as far as the street aspect.
Nigga, I ain't shit. I just know how to rhyme a little bit. Yeah, they designer, but these kicks ain't cost me 6 cents. And the whip, it's the Benz, but it's used though. But it'll get me to first base like I would poo.
I know what to expect from Virginia. I was introduced to the Opioid Boys by Lord Jamar. I was just following them ever since. It's the sound, they got that sound, and it just captured me. It was everything that I would want to convey on my project myself. Willie the Kid, my man. I worked with Willie the Kid a couple of years ago on a campaign for his champagne. He has his own alcohol brand. We stayed in touch, continued to work. He fucked with the dribble. He's a basketball fan. We converse, fashion, different things. It just spiraled. Zip with the Drip, met him online, Shaheem.
I lay my shit brick by brick, got El Chapo hands. I'm always on the stove, sitting on fire, pots and pans. SMD, I throw a whole Frank stand at a caveman clan. I know who I am, where I come from is grim with slim chances to win. Stapleton made us men at 10. Heard up north stories on the bench.
I got a documentary coming out with him. Everybody that appeared on the album was basically at my disposal. If there was somebody that surprised me on this album, their presence on this album.
Carpentry and dentists, technicians and chemists, writing academics. 85 is not them dead. See the hard shit and not the pigment. Talking how I live it, not just slavery, sky's the limit. We could be in power overnight. We pull our resources and really get right. Garvey Elijah,